Bob Marley One Love is a movie that I have been seeing trailers for a year. I think this movie got delayed. I think it was originally supposed to come out last year, but, it got pushed to February. And because of that, basically every single movie that I have gone to see in the last year has had this trailer attached to it. So I am so glad that I have seen it now, and I never have to see the trailer for it again, because it's a god-awful trailer. And unfortunately, this movie is also kind of bad. There's a line in the trailer. It's the last line in the trailer, and it's Bob Marley going in a really bad Jamaican accent because they didn't get a Jamaican actor to play him. He goes, "One love, one heart, one destiny." And it's the worst line read ever. And they ended the trailer on that, and they didn't even put it in the movie. If your line is so bad that it doesn't make it into the movie, and it doesn't have any merit on its own, why throw it in the trailer? At least when Thanos says, "Fun isn't something one considers when balancing the universe, but this does put a smile on my face." That's a good line. It didn't make it into the movie, but it's a good line, so I understand why that's in the trailer. But this, it wasn't good enough to include in the film. Why try to sell it on that line? And anyway, talking about the film itself. Do you want to know about the strife in Jamaica? What the opposing political organizations are fighting about? Why Bob Marley got targeted for assassination during the strife in Jamaica after they, got independence from the crown? Well, screw you. Here's Bob in England with a dogshit accent. His tour in Africa, not shown. His big return concert in Jamaica, film ends before it starts. The film literally opens with 3 or 4 screens worth of text to fill in the background because they couldn't be asked to show it. The movie just starts with him already being the established, huge reggae sensation, Bob Marley. And we get little flashbacks here and there of how he built it up. But for the most part, the film just gives you a Star Wars text info dump and then just throws you into it. And I can't speak to the authenticity of everyone's accents because I'm not Jamaican, but I have heard a lot of people complaining about the main guy not doing a very good Jamaican accent. But one problem is because most people are speaking Jamaican English, and I assume at least some of them pretty authentically, as somebody who does not regularly talk to people from the Caribbean, it's kind of hard to understand. And I found myself at certain points in the film really wanting subtitles. And I understand that's a sensitive topic because they are speaking English, right? And there is an implication there because Jamaica is majority black that, you can't understand them because they're black. But it is the Jamaican accent and Jamaican dialect is significantly different enough from American English that I if there had been a subtitle available screening like my theater sometimes has, I think I would have preferred to go just to that one. Just because it was difficult to understand some of the dialogue. If you're familiar with Jamaican English, though, you're probably going to be fine. You might really hate the accent of the main guy. But Valhalla Video says Jamaican patois isn't easy to understand. Yeah, exactly. See, you get it. That's what I'm saying. But the film has the same kind of problem that a lot of biopics have, where they try and tell the same story. This film is okay, well, it's the biopic about a famous musician, so we have to have the plot line about the long-suffering wife who, is neglected because of the star's rise to fame and whatnot. But they don't actually do anything in the film to set that up. They just have, his wife Rita at one point storms out of a party and confronts him about how she's the one, raising the kids and doing all this stuff. And, she even brings up, infidelities. And this is the first time in the film that we have actually even addressed that Bob Marley had any infidelities. There was one scene early on when he's on the phone with her and there is a girl standing on the street in the background, but that's the closest that you get to any inkling that he's cheating on her. But then she throws it in there, and I'm just out of nowhere, it just did not feel set up. Also, she mentions their kids, and he is kind of neglecting his kids because after he gets shot at the beginning of the film by one of the political groups during the Jamaican Civil War, and he flees to England because of that. But his wife and kids, I think they moved to America, so he's just not even with them. And in fact, in a scene where he returns to Jamaica, at the airport, like everyone's there to greet him because, you know, Bob Marley is a big superstar, especially for Jamaica. And like he gets in his car and he sees a kid in the crowd and rolls down his window and grabs the kid and pulls him into the car. And because we haven't seen any of his children for like an hour in the movie, I was like, wait, is that his son? Or did he just kidnap somebody? If you're already a fan of Bob Marley, you'll probably get more out of this because you're invested. But the film does no legwork to show you why you should care about him and his story. Honestly, the two things that this movie does have going for it are the scenes of building the music itself. Like, there's some really fun musical recording session scenes, especially when he comes up with the song Exodus. Now, obviously, I have no idea how true it is or not. It's my understanding that Bob Marley's family was actually working very closely with the production, but I haven't looked too much into that, so it's a biopic. I always assume everything is embellished or whatnot, and especially scenes where they talk about how they wrote the song, like, I always assume that that's entirely made up just for the film. But the other thing that it actually did was, it goes pretty, I don't know if I want to say deep into Rastafari, but it talks about it enough that it got me interested into looking into it further. Not as like I should convert to Rastafarianism. No, just because it was so central to Bob Marley's music that like, you know, they address it a lot, and I got curious and like looked it up on Wikipedia and stuff. So I would say those are the good takeaways from it. The music's good in the movie. I don't have any complaints about the music in the movie. That's great. But it's just, if you're gonna make a biopic, you should have something to say about it. If you're making a biopic just to tell the life of a famous person, like they were already famous, like I don't know, that feels like a vanity project at that point. Hey, thanks for watching. Your view means a lot. Don't forget to toss me a like and subscribe and ring the bell, and drop a comment below telling me what you thought of the video. I stream Mondays and Fridays at 5 p.m. Pacific, so catch me live and join in on the convo. You can find all my socials in the description below, and thank you to all my patrons, with a very special shout out to my Whale Shark tier patrons Ryan D and James Knight, and my Anemone Friend tier patron Piftle Cakes. Your support means the world. Catch you next time.